WXII 12 News at 7 on the Triad CW starts now.
Well, coming up on the Triad CW, the end of the road for Paul Ryan, what the Republicans' retirement means for voters moving forward.
Plus, the next couple charged with murder 21 years later in the death of the woman's son, how authorities say he died.
And gear up, Triad, tonight's opening night for the Dash.
And a good Thursday morning to you. I'm Devontae McKenna.
And I'm Kimberly Van Scoy here with Margaret Johnson and Brianna Connor on a gorgeous morning.
Yeah, you know, we got on our bright colors this morning because we are ready for these 70s. We are so ready.
Aren't we all?
Let's check in with meteorologist Michelle Kinney, who's got the conditions this morning as well as a gorgeous 7-day forecast. Hey, Michelle.
Oh, and I've got some beach weather for you, too. Look at this, Myrtle Beach. Look from Bayview Resort in South Carolina. Just a gorgeous sunrise out there right now. 47 degrees with dew points at 44. Do you know that we're actually warmer inland? Yeah, sometimes the breeze out there and you're a little bit more moderated right along the coast. So you don't always see the warmer temperatures there, and we're thankful for that at times when it gets so hot in the summer to have that sea breeze. But you've got 51 degrees in Winston-Salem, 45 in Mount Airy, 44 up in Galax right now to start your day, 74 in the Triad for those afternoon highs. I'm excited about 72 as well in the foothills from Mount Airy out through Wilkesboro and in Trap Hill. Now, if you're heading into Sparta, Allegheny County today is going to feel really good too because you've got mostly sunny skies. We'll have much more for you. Talk about your baseball forecast and a look ahead to Saturday and Sunday too.
We are staying on top of breaking news this morning out of Charlotte, where police caught up with a man wanted in connection with the death of a Winston-Salem State University student athlete. CMPD officers arrested this man, Jakir Austin, on a murder charge last night. They also filed weapons charges against him. Winston-Salem police say Austin is one of two men who played a role in Najee Baker's death. He was a football player, and he was shot and killed during a party at the barn on the Wake Forest University campus back in January. Investigators say 16-year-old Malik Smith used a gun to hold people back so Austin could shoot Baker. Smith is inside the Forsyth County Jail this morning right now, being held without bond. And we have reached out to Winston-Salem Police for more details about Austin's arrest. Stay with us for updates throughout this hour.
Well, looking ahead, a 44-year-old man accused of running off with a 15-year-old girl will face a Guilford County judge today. Deputies say they found the girl at Earl Cunningham's home in Pleasant Garden. Investigators think Cunningham met that teen on social media. She disappeared from her home Saturday night, but deputies found them Tuesday night after a tip. Cunningham's bond is $400,000. He's charged with indecent liberties with children and sexual battery. He also faces a weapons charge because deputies say they found him with a sawed-off shotgun. Well, happening now, a Greensboro police officer is recovering after his gun went off and hit him in the stomach. Greensboro police say he is in stable condition in the hospital. It happened in the War Memorial Stadium parking lot off of Yanceyville Road. This was just before 11 o'clock yesterday. Officers spent about several hours going through a black car collecting evidence. Police say an investigation is ongoing. Winston-Salem police are looking for a man who shot another man in the ankle. They say Bobby Hayslip should be okay. They found him on Waughtown Street yesterday afternoon. He told officers that he and the suspect were gambling nearby and Hayslip lost. He says that the suspect followed him in a car and shot him 3 times. Officers are still trying to identify that shooter.
7:04 this Thursday, a Lexington man who was charged with child abuse is now out of jail on bond. Matthew Hancock is accused of hitting a 9-year-old girl with a belt back in January. Deputies found extensive bruising on her legs, and they arrested him on Tuesday. Hancock should be back in court next month. In the meantime, a North Carolina couple that served more than a decade in prison for beating a 1-year-old are now both charged with murder 21 years later after that man's death. The district attorney said injuries David Stewart sustained as a child led to his early death at just 22 years old. Robin Knopfsinger and her boyfriend at the time, David Tripp Jr., beat Stewart so badly that he became deaf and blind. Tripp pled guilty to child abuse back in 1998 and served more than 10 years. Knopfsinger was convicted that same year and served 11.
7:05 this morning, and the man who is second in line to the presidency is getting ready to leave Washington, D.C. House Speaker Paul Ryan announced that he is retiring at the end of his term.
And so the big question this morning is, what are the ramifications of Ryan's upcoming exit? John Lawrence gives us some insight.
Paul Ryan ended speculation about his future Wednesday.
I'm announcing that this year will be my last one as a member of the House.
Ryan, who entered Congress when Bill Clinton was president, was elected House Speaker 3 years ago. He says he wants to spend more time with his family.
I will be retiring in January, leaving this majority in good hands with what I believe is a very bright future.
Ryan is among the dozens of incumbent House Republicans leaving Congress, and some say his exit might make it more difficult for the GOP to hold on to their majority.
I would say it's probably the toughest electoral landscape that Republicans have faced in more than a decade in American politics. And now the leader of the Republicans on Capitol Hill says he's calling it quits.
But Republicans hope voters will keep them in charge.
Do they want a Republican majority that's going to, keep their taxes low and keep the economy going well, or a Democrat majority that says they want to get rid of the tax cuts that might take the economy off kilter?
Congressional observers see House Majority Leader Kevin McCarthy and Majority Whip Steve Scalise as two of the contenders likely to replace Ryan. President Trump, meanwhile, called Ryan a truly good man who will leave a legacy of achievement that nobody can question. I'm John Lawrence reporting.
Well, the Carolina Panthers' preseason lineup is out, and they'll be on the road for 2 weeks and back at Bank of America Stadium for 2 more. And a big-name team is going to meet them there. Here it is. Week 1, the team is on the road taking on the Buffalo Bills. The second game is in Charlotte against the Miami Dolphins. After that, the Panthers host Tom Brady and the Patriots. Week 4 is on the road against the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Winston-Salem Dash return home for the first time this season tonight. The Dash take on the Carolina Mudcats in their home opener. It is a 7 p.m. game at BB&T Field. Right now, the Dash 3-3 on the season. Bethany Moore will have more in the next hour, so definitely you'll want to stick around. I don't know about you, but I am just loving what's out there today.
Oh yeah, and especially it's baseball perfect weather, so it
really
goes
is.
well.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking 70s, you can sit comfortably in the stands. It's not too hot. You have low humidity. Now, actually, higher humidity will help the baseballs go a little faster in the summer.
It won't help us.
It won't help us. So, yeah, good luck out there to everybody. We've got lots of nice conditions ending the evening, but I still encourage you to keep your jackets because it's chilly out there now. We've got 40s for you, and we're warming all the way to 74 a little later today. Let's take a view around the Triad. You can see Greensboro having that sunrise happening right now, but lots of clouds starting to stack up through the region. Later, you're going to see much more sunshine. So we've got to get through these morning clouds, and you're also seeing over Winston-Salem a nice sunrise, and also from North Wilkesboro, looking out from the town hall here as well. Temperatures there near 72 a little later today. All right, Mount Airy, you've got dry streets, just the way we like them. A little rain to our north trying to peek in, but most folks are dry. You can see all the way up through areas of Lynchburg. They've got a couple of showers rolling through. North of there, though, areas in that red. This is where we have red flag warnings. Concern because dry surface conditions with the ground very dry and the winds picking up. Even though you see a little bit of precipitation there, it's not enough to do much to prevent those wildfires. So we're watching for that. The clouds are stretched out with us at this hour from Winston-Salem, Yadkinville up through Hillsville. They're going to be clearing, and over the next few hours, we'll see those temperatures warm significantly into the 60s by lunchtime. We've got 74 degrees on the way for you too. You're at 49 right now, Winston-Salem, and Greensboro at about 47. 74 this afternoon with 72 for that high, and 69 as we mentioned in the mountains. So high pollen counts blowing around today. The wind is also picking up. We have a southwesterly breeze, 10 to 20 miles an hour. That is going to help to blow around some of that sweet gum, pine, and the oak that continues. Now, moderate levels may drop off for Sunday, so that would be great news for us if we can get those down. And that's because showers start to build late in the afternoon, but even could be high earlier than that. So 69 degrees for evening conditions for that Winston-Salem Dash season opener. We're excited about that. Low 60s at a little later in the evening, so grabbing for the jackets. And early morning, 52. It's a bit more mild for us at 48. Cool for April, but getting a little bit better. And as we mentioned, we've got a big event coming up on Saturday. If you have not had a chance to check out the New Hope Run, and there's also the Legacy Family Picnic right after this. So the BB&T New Hope Run starts out at about 9:30 on your Saturday morning. You can do the stroller mile with me or the 5K, which starts at 10 a.m. And great conditions out there. And Jordan Seeley team is raising money, all thanks to all the grief counseling that they were able to do. So we're going to talk more about the Hope Run and the conditions out there, but we've got Bailey Park activities going on most of the morning there. It should be great. Temperatures out there in the upper 70s then. A rain chance of 20%. We'll talk talk more about when we expect any shower chances and storms to roll in on Sunday. Coming up.
Checking traffic in the Piedmont Triad for you. We aren't seeing any problems out there. This Thursday morning has been off to a very smooth start considering your commute. Taking a look outside, this is I-40 near Highway 52 in Winston-Salem. You see very light traffic. The roads are in great shape, and it's going to be the same scenario for drivers in Kernersville. Here's a live look if we can pick up our cam. Business 40 near mile marker 18. This is a sneak peek at that commute between Winston-Salem and Greensboro, and it is in very good shape. If we see anything happening outside that could make you late today, we'll tell you about it here on the Triad CW. We'll also tweet about it, so you can follow our account at WXII.
Wake up! Wake up! Get out! Get out!
Well, coming up next on the Triad CW, flames ripping through a California apartment. How much manpower was needed to take down that impressive fire? Wow.